Hello? Actually, let's go to this one anyway. How you doing, Obs? We got Mindy in the house, as Dee Dee calls her, Mayor Mindy. We got Mel. How you doing, Mel? How you doing, Nia? Well, hello, Gina. How are you? I'm gonna be done just in time for you to watch your live stream, by the way. Uh-oh, let's turn the volume off of the iPad, right? Okay. Let me go through. How you doing, Dee Dee? Hey, Norma. I'm not muted. Mute? This is green. Can you guys really not hear me? That's ridiculous. So I've been talking all this time and no one can hear me. That's weird. Yeah, I haven't changed anything. So that's very weird, Obs. Okay. So you guys can hear me. All right. You scared me for a moment. I was like, okay, this is green. Okay. So what I wanted to tell you guys really quickly, actually, let me close this real quick. Unless the other scene is muted, that would be. All right. How is that? We're good now, aren't we? You were right, Obs, that this particular scene that I'm in right now, it was muted. So that's weird. Okay, so I wanted to clarify something. Yesterday in the latest update, I said I'm not going to be tracking. I should say I'm not going to be publicly tracking. I'm still weighing everything because it's like I already know the measurements. So I know that if I have quinoa, I'm going to have somewhere between 100 grams and 125. Um, Depending on what else is with it, I may go as high as 150. I know that the peanut butter I'm going to have anywhere between 48 and 72 grams. So these are things that are already committed to memory. I'm just not necessarily focusing on the calories. But as far as the portion sizes, just, like anybody measures anything else, I'll still be doing that. I'm just not going through putting it in Lose It, taking screenshots. So I just wanted to clarify I'm still keeping track of what I'm eating, but I'm just not publicly doing all of that anymore. So, all right, let's see. All right, I'm going through. I'm caught up with everybody. We got Norma, Obs, Mindy. Sound is on mute. We went through those. How you doing, Shelly Meadow Breeze? Hey, Dr. Bobby. We got Nicole in the house. Let's see. Let me go back to this one. This is why it's good to have your sound levels window open just in case. I would have known before you guys told me that I was muted. Let's see. Is it Darling out with Queen G? Hey, how you doing? All right, so we're good with the hearing. Hey Jen, how you doing? All right, just making sure I get through the hellos. How you doing, Karen? Hey Black Squirrel. Hey Linda's Journey. All right. So I had a quick question that I wanted to answer. Nicole, since you're on here, I will answer for you. When I moved down to the 2.5, my doctor has suggested it. I was not losing. Let me go back to this one. Okay, everybody here is fine. All right, cool. Let me go back to this window though. Okay, there was nothing bad going on. And you know, it's weird because I did explain that there was a part of me that kind of wanted to know how I would do, but I didn't ask to be changed or modified or anything. But I also recognize that I'm not a doctor. And so I see him quarterly, and it's telehealth, and he'll always ask, "Do I still want to stay on the medication?" And it's the same answer every time. So this last time, he was like, "Are you still wanting to stay on?" And I'm like, "Yes, I plan on staying on it indefinitely. I don't plan to come off of it." And he was like, "Well, you're doing well with with maintaining your weight. Maybe we can space it out." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then he was like, "Let's try you on 2.5 and, space that out. You can space those out." And I was like, "So I'm going to go from 5 to 2.5 and space it out?" I think that when it makes sense to go down to the lower dose and then over time space it out. So anyway, I got it in 2 weeks and it's not the weight gain. So I need to stress to you, the reason I'm going back up to 5 is not just because of the weight gain, because I know that that's not fat or muscle, right? I just the having the it's not as bad as it was this morning, but having the water retention and inflammation, I'm assuming, like, getting a little achy. These are things that I experienced um prior to being on the medication. And it was great because I hadn't felt any of that in a long time. So that's my reason for going up because I really believe. And if it's a placebo, that's great. That's great. I'm fine with that. But I believe that I was doing really well on the 5 and I didn't have any of those issues with, um, you know, retaining water or being bloated or none of that stuff. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to share it with you guys. So, when I weighed myself this morning, so I'm going to be weighing myself a little more frequently just to see how things move around. And then, plus, maybe sharing that will help you guys not feel so stressed out about a half a pound here or a couple pounds there, right? I got on the scale this morning and it was 138 even, 138. So I was like, okay, all right, well that's where we are now. That's not going to change anything that I'm doing. I'm going to continue to strength train and let me see. Uh-oh. Let me turn that off. I just wanted to show you guys. And let's see if we can get it to focus. You see that? That was at 10:46 this morning. 138 pounds even. So I just want to show you I'm not making that up. I don't know why anybody would, but that's where we are, right? And how many months have I been at 128? So that's why it's so important to focus on more than that number, right? Because I'm going to tell you, an old version of me would have just been like, well, freaking out, honestly. I would have been freaking out. But I know that it's, water weight, all kinds of other stuff. Maybe it takes going to the bathroom a good time. Who knows? It's so many things that can fluctuate. But the fact that it hasn't really been doing that, that's why I'm concerned. So enough about that. Let's see. Okay. All right. I see some more I can hear use unless I've gone up. Let's see. How you doing, Thin from Within? Hey, nerd startup. We got Perfectly Pamela. Hey, Shonda. The food noise, aches, and pains. Nope, exactly. A big nope for me, Obs. It's just not, mm-mm, not worth it. Not worth it. Let's see. Mindy says, Taisha, you are strong. I would be freaking out. As a matter of fact, when my dietitian upped my calories, I told him if I gained 10 pounds, she was out. Yeah. You know, it's just because I know, like, just because I've been doing this, right, for over a year now, I know that I haven't done anything crazy, like different, like, and that's why I will continue, even though I'm not publicly posting it, to track what I'm eating because I want to make sure one that I'm getting enough, and that's important to me. So we'll see how it goes. All I can do, like, the way that I see it is, all I can do is what I've been doing, right? Am I going to stop working out? No. Am I going to start working out even harder? No. I'm going to continue with my daily walks. I'm going to continue to eat a whole food plant based diet as balanced as I can, making sure I get in a good amount of protein, fiber. I'm just, I'm going to do what I've been doing because I know that that's the best thing for my body. So everything else, I believe, will work itself out. Now, 3 months down the road, we're still here. I may be a little concerned then, but this is all still really new. And yeah, it's just a learning process. So if I could spare somebody else, like if if you're out there and you're doing fine on your current dose, just stay there. That's my non-medical, non-professional opinion. Just stick with what's working. Stick with what's working. Let me see. Let's see. A lot of friends like me who have lipedema experience less inflammation on GLP-1s. Your 5 milligrams may be helping your body a bunch. Doctors are looking into GLP-1s to help with inflammation. Yeah, I know I say this a lot. I'm not going to apologize for it. I really believe these are miraculous medications, right? They're doing so much, and it just seems like when people call it a fat shot, it just takes away from all that it is. And obviously, it's doing more, right? It's doing more for us. And I don't struggle with those things. So if it can help someone that struggles with that, because I've seen, videos and pictures of what happens, I'm not worried. I should be okay. Let's see. 10 milligrams seems to be the dose where I don't feel hunger, inflammation, or too much food noise. I'll go up if necessary since I haven't hit goal yet, but 10 seems like my maintenance dose. Okay. And that's great. And man, if people, so again, me going down had nothing to do with being like, oh, I'm on a 2.5. It really was based off of the recommendation by my doctor, but we're past that now. Um, it seems like people have this aversion to moving up, right? Like that's a negative sign, or man, if I get too high, I have nowhere to go. It says it. And I know that you guys have seen some of you were on the live where I was going through the Lilly website. You stay on it for 4 weeks and then you go up, right? If it's not working, it's okay to go up. And if you get up to 15, then you worry about that, when you get there. But right now, these work a certain way, and it seems like when it's working for us, when we're all on an effective dose, we all notice a lot of the same things. And I have to admit that the food noise, that was only 2 days last week. So that wasn't even something that lasted, the rest of the week. Um, but it was just surprising that it came back, and I wanted to let you guys know that. It kind of messed up my streak, but that's okay. That's okay. If it helps somebody else, then that's great. Let's see, Taisha Barb, Health at Any Cost, is watching now. She can't comment because she just realized she hadn't subscribed. She'll speak when she can. Aw, okay. Tell her thank you. Tell her thank you. I'm looking forward to it. There's a stink bug in here. We had a nice day today, so somehow they get in. So if you see me freak out a little bit, just, you know, Try not to hold it against me. I don't like them touching me. They can exist, but I don't like them when they fly on me. Let's see. Thank you for breaking it down. It's just interesting getting data and maintenance as there's not much out there. Oh yeah, and I think I kind of went off on a tangent. So that's the reason I moved down. I didn't continue to lose weight. So I can tell you guys about this because I think this is not something that we've talked about a lot or anything. Let me go back here. Okay, so as far as maintenance, right? I got to my initial goal weight was 135 pounds. So I'm only 3 pounds higher than that right now. Um, as I continued to go down, like when I got down to 126, I was like, okay, girl, we got to eat more. Right. And that's when I increased my calories. But it wasn't something like, um, real quick, 2.0 Mommy has a video out and it's talking about her recent video talking about the way to add calories back in to do it slowly instead of, jumping. So you can watch that for more information. I know that Downsize and Diva recently um, had a video explaining her DEXA scan and that she wasn't eating enough. We know that Mindy was told that she needed to eat more. So we're so used to restricting that when we hear eat more, we get a little nervous. But I started eating more. So I got to 1800 and that's what I shot for, right? There's some days where I would go a little bit over and there were some days where I'd be a little bit under, but that was my at least I had a goal, right? Something to shoot for. Prior to that, I want to say I was at somewhere between 14 and 1600 when I was in the weight loss phase. I can't tell you what I was in that first month because I wasn't tracking. I wasn't tracking, so I don't know, but I know that it wasn't enough because of the rate of how I was losing and how much muscle I lost. So that that's hopefully that explains it. It was just knowing that I needed to go up and then when I got to that calorie range and things stayed the same for a while, I felt like that was a good way to be or a good rate to be at. And then when I had the DEXA scan and it showed, I've been consistently, especially since starting the creatine in December, putting on muscle. Now, obviously, it's nothing crazy, right? But I'm glad that I'm not losing. That's my goal. So whenever I go back for a DEXA scan, I'm okay if I didn't gain any more. I just don't want to lose anymore. So as and the fat, I've been losing fat this entire time. That's been something that has consistently gone down with each one. So as long as I can retain and not lose any muscle, we're in good shape. Now, if that changes, then if I have to make modifications, that's okay. But I'm just trying to give you like a little heads up of kind of what's going through my mind and what my plans are. All right, we're going. Taisha, so proud of your strength and resilience. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Pamela, right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I broke that rule. So, but you know what? I got to come here and share it with you, right? Because sometimes we we discount what we like I feel like I'm pretty in tune with my body. And if I had trusted myself, then I could have told that doctor, no, I don't wanna try 2.5, I wanna just stay at 5, you know? And I didn't, but it's a good learning experience. So if nothing else, it's a learning experience, not to, to dwell on. I agree with Bellflower, I'm busy gathering maintenance stories for when I eventually get there. This is research for me. Yeah, and I think that I think that a lot of creators, like who wants to get on and be like, I almost gained 10 pounds, right? Or I gained almost, well, now I'm at 10 pounds, right? As of this morning, I've gained 10 pounds from what my regular maintenance weight has been. But if I don't share that with you and one of you go through that, you're going to feel like something's wrong with you or how come this is not working well for me when it's not just you. And I think when we're sharing, whether we have a gain or a loss, it's important to just share that That's the whole point. If we're sharing our journeys so that other people don't feel alone, we got to share all of it. So this is where we are, you know. Definitely not proud of it, but like, what are you going to do, right? Well, you're going to see. You're going to see. Let's see. You're right, and based on your individual circumstances, it's helpful for several things. For sure. For sure. So it's we're going now at this point, it seems like we're going beyond silence, just silence. And I don't want to say just like it's not important, right? But we're past just thinking about food noise and that's a major thing. But when that's silenced and you see all these other things, it's like, wow, this is doing so much, you know? This is doing so much. You know, I saw something. I saw a little like button. Um, so I'm going to show you guys this. Remember to hit the like button for me. It's all appreciated. Um, let's see. Hey, Darium. While everyone is entitled to their human experience, feelings, breakdown, celebration, etc., but you can do everything right and the body does what the body wants, time and treatment. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and it's humbling, right? Because as much as I would have liked to believe that I was in control and I was doing so much, it just shows me that even more was going on than I realized. So I think it's a good learning experience for sure. And good evening, Darium. Butterfly Battalion. All right. So we were brigade last week. Now we're battalion. Okay. I'm paying attention, Darium. Let's see. Agreed. GLP-1s are so much more than just diabetes and obesity medications, for sure. My blood pressure would usually run at the higher limit of normal with just my BP meds. Now it's normal. That's great. And that's significant, right? One less medication to worry about, one less thing with side effects to worry about. You know, if we can reduce the amount of things that we have to keep putting in our body, that's great. That's another reason why I'm not like when someone's new, like just suggesting all these supplements that they need to get because they may not even need it, you know? So I think that's really good that your blood pressure's gone down. That's really good. Agree with Mindy and Bellflower. I'm gathering maintenance data to rely on when I eventually get there. And I like that you guys are saying when you get there. You may slide that little eventually and all this other stuff, but when you get there, which is good, right? Because you're speaking it. You're going to make it happen. And I believe you can. Darium says, "That's amazing. Celebrate the high blood pressure under control." Yes. Yes. Yes, I saw that 2.0 mommy. It was very interesting. It was. It was. I was like, "All right, Jill coming through with the lesson." I liked it. And I think it's a good way, it's another way of figuring out how to add in more calories. So I think because I know that Dee Dee got, I don't want to say pushback, but some resistance. I see a lot of people get resistance in their comments, actually, if they talk about eating more calories. And eating more calories doesn't mean overeat, right? So because someone is increasing their calories, that doesn't mean they're going to start throwing in, McDonald's burgers, pizzas, and fried stuff. Like it's just increasing your calories, getting more So if it triggers you to hear eat more, think about it as I'm giving my body more nutrition, right? We won't even think about it in the sense of just calories. Let's just say my body needs more nutrition. So, in order to get that, I've got to eat a little bit more, right? And we want to be smart with the more that we're adding because that can get out of hand very quickly. Congrats, Mayor Mindy, on eating more and weight falling off. You're doing it. Yes, yes. And you couldn't have told me a few years ago to eat more and and I was gonna stick to that, right? I was eating more just because I wanted to eat more because I felt like I didn't have control over it. But ultimately, I was making that decision to continue to do that. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle. But whenever I would be in a weight loss journey, I would be super restrictive. And I'll tell you guys about okay, this there was a let me see, this was in 2017, right? So me and my husband, we were in the early dating stages, and I wanted to get into HCG, right? Because I had gone when I lived in San Antonio through this clinic, and you're basically starving yourself, right? People can try to sugarcoat it however they want. You're starving yourself and you're being injected with B12 and HCG, and the the premise with that is you're not going to lose as much muscle because, when you're pregnant, your body produces HCG and your baby's getting this, nutrition, and you don't eat a lot and just all this stuff, right? And I wanted to believe it. I wanted to believe it. So I tried it, and my husband was like, "Do you really think that?" Well, we were dating at the time. Like, "Do you think that you should be injecting that? Maybe maybe the weight loss is just because it's a 700-calorie diet." And I didn't want to hear that, right? I didn't want to hear reason or anything like that. And he was right. He was right. And I couldn't even, that time around, I couldn't even stick with it. So I'm buying this stuff online and injecting myself with who knows what was in that. And that's why it makes me sad, right? Because I know how desperate a person can get, and how easy it is for us in those states to be taken advantage of, right? All these companies popping up now, it's not with our best interests in mind. So don't for a second think that because these compounding companies are popping up, that it's because they want to provide this to help us. It is because they're making money from it, right? And I'm not saying companies shouldn't make money, but don't look at Lilly and Nova Nordisk as the enemies and the compound companies as something other than they're capitalizing on a moment. Okay. We still got to do our research. All compounding companies we know are not created equal. So I'm going to stick with the name brand because I'm comfortable with that. Right. And if by chance the insurance stops covering it, I will absolutely switch to vials. So that's where I am. But I know that everybody's situation is different. But sometimes we can't be out here just trying to find the cheapest thing, right? Because that's not healthy. That's not healthy. And it's not always the best thing for us. It's probably cheaper for a reason. And I'm not talking about the cost of name brand versus compound. I'm saying when you're researching compounding companies, everybody else, if they're around 200, I don't know how much they cost, but this company comes out and it's $50. Don't run over there just because it's $50. Do your research. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully that made sense. Let's see, Pamela, that's great. My hubby has a similar experience on GLP-1. He still has a lot of weight he wants to lose, but his blood pressure and all labs are normal and his joints don't hurt. That part. To wake up, like, I had gotten used to that, waking up, getting out in the morning, not feeling stiff. Man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep saying it, guys. These medications are doing more than just they're not. It's an insult to just call it a fat loss injection. Hey, Dee Dee. Okay, hello everyone. I'm adding about 400 calories based on my DEXA scan results. Yes, yes, we got to make sure we're eating enough. We're eating enough for sure. Um, so we got some Dee Dee. Let's see. Yes, Darium. Go on ahead, Dee Dee. Get them extra calories. Yep, an extra helping of lentils. You could throw some air fried chickpeas with some nutritional yeast, and there's all kinds of different things. There's all kinds of different things. I know you weren't really feeling that peanut butter bowl, Dee Dee. Um, when you get through that tub, try a different kind and see if you like it a little bit more. Cause yeah, we want to enjoy our food. Like, believe it or not, I tell you, the things that I eat, I actually enjoy them. If I did not like them, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's hard, I would think, to force yourself to eat something that is disgusting to you. Like that's not being healthy doesn't have to to mean that, right? And we all like different things. Like prior to this, I did not like asparagus. And now I eat it basically every day, sometimes multiple times a day. So our tastes can change, um, but nothing is supposed to be gross. So I think we should be able to enjoy our food. I just feel like I may have enjoyed mine a little too much, if that makes sense to you guys. Taisha, thank you for your transparency. Everybody is different and everybody is different. Reacts to stressors differently, that cortisol, etc. Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to get to see in real time if what happens, right? Because you're gonna still see me posting my workouts and my walks. I'll still be posting pictures of my meals, and you've seen them, right? It's gonna be basically the same things. It's the time of year where I'm incorporating more salads, because I don't know. It's just that's just kind of normal for me. Spring, summer, um, eating more of those kind of things. So my stress levels have definitely decreased tremendously, okay? Not here on the on the verge of pulling out my hair or anything like that, but yeah, so I got and my sleep has been, you know, not great. It hasn't been great. So, then that should be maybe that'll be leveled out soon. I just received my testosterone gel in the mail on Saturday. The box came in and I was so confused, right? The instructions are on there. They say a pea-sized amount. So I'm seeing these tubes and I'm like, why is all of this like this? Well, I was watching a video from Anchor Moments today and she was talking about that. That's for men. So like let's say that came from my husband, the tubes, because there's 30 of them in there. And for me, that one tube should last 10 days. But for men, for the man dose is the whole tube. I didn't know that because I was just like, why would they send this like this? How am I supposed to like I'm showing my husband like, is this a pea size? Like it's a man's world. But other than so we started the testosterone that started Saturday and I'm on the estradiol patch and I'm up to let's see, I started off, I want to say it was 0.25 and now I'm at point 0.5. And I'm meeting with the pharmacy for women or pharmacist for women's health on the 16th. So that is Wednesday. So I'll have some more data and be able to talk to her and express that I'm still having the night sweats and hopefully, I know these things take time. So hopefully I'm on the appropriate dose to start getting some more relief because I had some at first, but then it's, kind of went in the other direction. I totally love those signs. Oh yeah, that and it's from if anybody's interested, like any of the other content creators on here, um, I got these, and let me actually bear with me. I want to switch over so I can show you guys. All right, I want to show you the ones that I have. Okay, so I have the like, subscribe. That's the notification bell. That's one of my favorite ones. You're on mute. So if I'm on a Zoom or something, like if we had been on a Zoom or something earlier when we started, you guys could have held that up and I would have known, girl, you're muted. And then we have one that says share. So these are super cool. And they weren't expensive at all. And this is from Awesome Wood Things. And the person who owns that, his name is Matt. So check those out. All right. Let's go. We're gonna scroll down some more. Oh, we got Mark in the house. How you doing, Mark? And then we got some hellos. Did I miss something from Mindy? Oh, Lord Darium. Okay. Scrolling through. Hey, how you doing, Barb? All right. I can speak. Hi, all. I've been on 15 milligrams for 18 months now, maintenance for 4 months, no plans to change anything. And Barb, that is the way to go. That is the way to go. When it's working, we just leave it. And we got some haze. Let's see. Dee Dee said, I'm eating lentils for sure. I hope I get the Mayor Mindy effect. Well, you'll be getting protein and fiber in, so that's good. It's calories, right? Protein, fiber, healthy carbs, like you're just getting it all in. And I believe those are low to no fat. Depends. All right, we got Darium welcoming Barb to the conversation. Let's see. I think the mindset is also the weight loss focus, I'm sorry, focus, which many if the community are in. However, many of us are in maintenance and are knocking on it and needing to understand the addition of calories. Yeah. And not even just, I know that fear, right? Because it's like, well, we've been working so hard. The whole thing is we've been told for so long, right? Eat less, move more. And it's like, all right, we're doing that. And then we get into that groove and now we got to what? Eat more? So it's for a lot of us, it's a shocking thing, especially if eating more was something that we didn't struggle with before. And I know it's an adjustment, but I think that sometimes people take it too far, right? So if you're just supposed to be adding an extra couple hundred, a day, 3 to 400, a couple, 2 to 400, you want to do that gradually, you know, or however you were instructed to do it. But if you do it abrupt, you're definitely going to notice that change on the scale. And if that's something that messes with your head, just know that if you increase it right away, there's a chance you could notice some movement on the scale. But just keep going. Hold the course. Hold the course. Dee Dee, you're going to have that divalicious razzle dazzle, and the results will be amazing. Yeah. HCG is pregnant women's pee. I was a midwife and watched providers making it. See, I didn't even know all of that. That goes to show you I didn't do much research. I didn't do much research. Um, and that's not one of my proud times, but I'm just trying to show you guys like I have had those times in my life where I was desperate, but not, out of all of that, not desperate enough to just focus on making a lifestyle change. I was always chasing, I say always, for that 14 years that I struggled with weight, I was always chasing a quick fix. Um, Outside of the time in 2020, with the medical issue and almost dying, that for a while, that was enough to keep me going. I was serious. And then I slowly but surely went back into my old habits. And you would think, man, okay, because I know there are situations in life where I'm just like, this person almost died. They're still doing this? Yeah. Addictions or however you want to phrase it or frame it, they're that for a reason. If they were just so simple, then no one would struggle with that stuff. So we just have, it doesn't mean we're hopeless. We just have to actively work on it. But yeah, that was ridiculous. So, yep, that's HCG for you. Let's see. Uh, you guys are funny. I know, I can't wait to see her updates too and her next DEXA scan. So she's in the middle of her process and I'm already like excited to for August to come so we can see how she's doing. Let's see. I went through the HCG phase in grad school. It was like exactly expensive and I accidentally dropped my vial early on. That was the last time I took it. Now I've hit sophomore college weight in only 8 months. Isn't that awesome? And, people can have whatever feelings they want and think that, we don't know what we're putting in our bodies. I still feel like this is the best decision I've ever made. It's definitely better than the extreme things that I did that I know weren't healthy or the trajectory that I was on, which was I was creeping back up. So I had gotten up to 183, and I told you guys before my highest weight was 216. Like, I was pregnant and wasn't like when I had all of my girls, all 5 of my pregnancies, I never reached that weight. So for me, that was absolutely a lot. Yeah, and then to do it this way from making lifestyle changes, you know, I won't say that I was like super proud to be on this medication because I know the stigma that's out there, but I don't care about that, right? We could have people come in the comments and say, yeah, you could have done the same thing with diet and exercise. Okay, I'm not debating. And you guys need to stop that too. You don't owe anyone an explanation. And you don't have to feel like you have to explain why you're doing these things. Like, this doesn't have to lead the conversation everywhere you go, right? If you want to share it, then you share it. If you don't, then you don't. I don't think that everyone in the world is walking around saying, well, the world is different now, but most of the time people are not like, oh yeah, I'm on blood pressure like, you just don't lead with that. So this doesn't have to be your identity. Even if you're a content creator, this this is not your identity. This is a phase in your life, right? We're working on being healthier, um, making these lifestyle changes. We're taking this awesome medication that is helping us. That is a tool, a, a, a crucial tool that is helping us make these changes. So there's no reason to feel embarrassed by it. Don't let it define you. It doesn't have to lead every conversation you're in, right? Because I can assure you, other people don't care as much as we do. We think they do. We think that, but they're not sitting there thinking about us and our health, and not like we think they are. That's our own stuff. Um, so yeah, that's my 2 cents on that too. We got some welcomes. Hey, Jazzy, how you doing? Let's see. It's so easy to understand eat on a GLP-1 and get excited when weight falls off. But if we're not properly fueling our bodies, it will take nutrients from organs, muscles, and bone. Exactly. And that's the stuff that we don't want, you know? Um, and I think maybe we need to take it even farther. Instead of using weight loss, I think that I'm going to make a conscious effort to start saying fat loss, because all weight loss is not good weight loss, right? We don't want to lose muscle. And we know when you're on a weight loss journey, you're going to lose some muscle. I got it. We want to mitigate that. So I think specifically we need to fat loss. I'm trying to lose fat, right? We're not trying to lose muscle. So I think that it is appropriate to say that. We want fat loss, maximum fat loss. Let's see, under eat, not under. I got you. I got you. Um, and even if I read it out there, I got what you were saying. Let's see. I'm also curious about what's gonna happen. Yeah, me too, Dee Dee. Me too. Razzle dazzle. Geez Louise. Autocorrect is not my friend. I'm gonna tell you guys, when you see just gibberish, just know that's me trying to do it on my phone. And this is not like, these are not tiny, but I prefer to be on the iPad or this computer or my MacBook if I'm in a chat or a live stream. It's just a little bit easier. I'm glad that Anchor Moments video, Gina, is amazing. Yes, helped you to. Yes, yes, and then watching how they separated it out just so she could make sure she was getting the exact amount. That's smart. That's smart, and I was pretty crafty. Yep, 300 days in that box. 300 days. Well, congratulations. Let's see. Thanks. All right, we got 38 watching, 27 likes. Hit that like button. Yes, yes, guys. I mean, of course, I don't want you to hit the dislike button, but if you're disliking it and you hit the dislike button, just put in why. That's it. So I can figure it out. And if it's something I can improve, I'll do that. Super cute signs. Thank you. Sending you hearts. See if I can do it right. Baby Dee Dee said she's gonna try tofu. Yes. Yes. Okay. Then we're gonna have to talk about how to prepare it, Dee Dee, ahead of time. Because if you all, I didn't used to like tofu, And I could go places and someone could be like, "Oh, the tofu is awesome," and it would be like soggy. I don't like it that I don't like that texture. Now I'm sure in certain dishes it's good, but I haven't come across soggy tofu yet that I enjoy. And I make it in the air fryer. So I don't fry it. Um, I don't add oil or anything like that to it, and it comes out in a way that is palatable for me that I enjoy. So just because I enjoy it, I guess it doesn't really mean that you will. But I would start off with super firm, super firm. Um, it'll be a little yeah, more firm, and you don't have to worry about pressing it or anything. Go ahead, baby Dee. She's the adventurous kind. I guess you got to get the soup. Yep. See, Darian was already on it. Super firm. Let's see. I may need some testosterone too. Yeah. If- hey, if you guys notice, because I already have, like, I don't think this will happen, but I already have a deeper voice for a female. If it gets, I was joking around with my husband today, like, what if I like come out one day and I'm talking like Barry White, and he was like, "Mm-mm, let's not think about that." And I have to tell you guys something else that was pretty funny. Right before this live stream, when I'm running through here freaking out about the contact lenses, he was like, I was making weird sounds, and he was like, "Oh, are you doing the Anchorman warm up?" And I was like, "What's that?" Because guys, I haven't seen Anchorman. So he plays it for me, and oh my God, Will Farrell he's a fool. And if you've not seen that, and his warm ups, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Let's see. So happy for you to get started. Yes, the testosterone gel is prescribed off label for women in the US. Hopefully, we'll get Androgel approved in the US soon. It dispenses doses for women. Oh my gosh, I'll be the first one like me. Cause I have that fear. It's like I don't want to do too much, but then I also don't want to not do enough. So when I have that visit on the 16th, I can get more clarification. But thanks for the tips, Mel. Baby Dee that's so cute. Hey, Roslyn. Got everybody in the house, right? Let's see. I'm gonna scroll through these. She loves trying new things. She is adventurous. I'm on the testosterone too, loving it. But I use Eva Mist, which is so easy, just a light spray each morning. I may I may talk to my provider about that on Wednesday, Mel. Not I may. I'm going to because the patch, right? I'm not doing anything differently. I'm making sure that I'm clean, out the shower. I wait like 20 minutes. And then when I put it on, lately it's not been sticking. And before it was sticking really well. So, and I have some dry skin. So it's not like, it's not like I'm super oily or something. So we'll get it figured out. If a spray will make it easier, then that'd be great. And it's less waste because I hate feeling like I've wasted something. Taisha, I'm curious about the testosterone. I'm also on HRT and wondering about adding T. Well, I just started on Saturday. So when I speak with my provider on Wednesday, I'll be able to give you guys an update about it next Monday. Um, like what I can look forward to. So it takes X amount of weeks for most people to notice this, but for full treatment, we recommend 3 months or something. So once I find that out, then I'll be able to share it because I don't have a reference point. I don't know. I know that everybody has it for different reasons. So I don't want to see too many experiences and then let that shape mine. So I've kind of been a little blind with it. I just ask Mel questions, but I will continue to share it. Let's see. Val, how you doing? How you doing, Val? Seeing the launch today with all of the women. Gail King, Katy Perry was, oh, I haven't seen that. We too are stepping outside of our comfort zone as we explore a new weight loss journey, endless possibilities. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, emotional. Okay. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. All right. Thank you, Mel. Let's see. Let's see. Other people don't care as much as we think they do. Taisha that will preach twice on Sunday. But you know it's true, right? Like I think a lot of times, and I'm not saying I'm not guilty of it, we think things are about us that just they just aren't. They just aren't. It's just a season for sure. I'm going after the fat. That's right. That's right. That's what we want to lose. We want to lose fat. Hey Delilah, how you doing? Let's see. Just getting through. Hey Deb. All right, I'm scrolling through the hellos. 49. What? That's super cool. Hubs made spicy tofu for dinner tonight. Oh, that sounds delicious. And I'm going to tell you, maybe an hour before I was like going to get mentally prepared for the live, I was watching the live that Anchor Moments did. What was it, 3 weeks ago? And I got to see Mindy's house and kitchen. And all right. And her husband that makes all her wonderful meals for her. I'm telling you, Mindy, you got it made. You got it made. I told my hubby I need a chef. I need a chef. Dr. Bobby says I love tofu. I air fry it, then toss it. Yes, air fry it and then just toss it in whatever you want to. What do you want the flavor that you want it to take on? It's very easy. It's very easy. I think that people tend to overcomplicate things. But again, I'm not a chef, so I don't get into like all the extra. Look, I'm just give me a basic recipe. I'm going to follow it and then I'll make little alterations based on my palate, you know? I need to have a cooking with Taisha who helps me. Yo, you know what? I plan to do that. I plan to do that soon. Soon. I just need to come up with some things to make and I'll put a poll out there and see if you guys are interested. But I think that would be fun. Team super firm. Yes, tofu. That's the only way that I like it. Super firm. I love tofu when done right. It can be overcooked and be a dry rock. Barf. Oh, that does sound gross. Yeah. Um, I haven't had it like that yet. Now there was a time where I scratch that. There was a time where when I was cooking in the in the oven when one of my air fryers had stopped working and I left it in there too long. And I went ahead and threw that out and just made another one. But you're right, some overcooked and dry tofu is not that's not the move. Hey Dayana, how you doing? Oh, walking on your walking pad. That's what I'm doing right after this stream. Just jumping right on it. See, my son talked me into buying some wet noodly spaghetti looking stuff made out of tofu. I still haven't had the courage. I'm not familiar with what that is. So when you try it, Deb, you got to let us know. Um, Let me know what the brand is. Deep female voice, me. Yeah, the occasional when you're going through, or at least before when I used to go through the drive-through. Um, Thank you, sir. Anything else? It's just like, oh man, again. Chef Taisha, I'll need tofu cuisine 101. All right. And I've seen some really good videos on YouTube. So I'll share some of those things and I'll start sharing those things in the community tab too. You're right. Oh my goodness. He's a mess. Ay, ay, ay. Ah, oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So you guys know what's coming, right? We got the super chat. Thank you, Bellflower. Nicole. Appreciate entertaining my questions on live and all the free counseling sessions. You are simply the best. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. Let's see. Taisha, I have to leave in a few minutes to do my Manjaro Monday live. I would love to interview on a future show. We would have a blast. I love your positive energy. Well, you know what? I saw your email address in your description. I'll send you an email so you have mine, and then we can figure it out. And I won't be on here too much longer because I want to join yours as well. So thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Oh yes, please give a recipe for tofu. The last time I made it, sauteed it, it still can't. Oh, it was bland. Okay, Shelly, did you use super firm tofu? Just curious. Yes, she is the best. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, Pam. All right, we got some hellos. Oh Lord, Oprah was crying as that's probably Gail, right? Gail took off. I'm praying for her safe return. Oh man. Yeah, I have no concept of what's even going on. I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's see. For real, I have to tell myself all the time, nobody is looking at you. They're really not. They're really not. And another thing, if we're walking in confidence, like if I feel really good about what I have on, I'm having a good day where I feel like, okay, my skin's looking all right. I'm not focused on who's looking at me or anything like that, right? I'm not assuming that if I hear someone laugh that they're laughing at me. And there have been times in my life based off of my mindset and the mood that I'm in or how I'm feeling, which was usually a place of insecurity. That's when I would feel like that or like, are they looking at me? Oh my gosh, they're laughing at me because I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. Now, that's my experience. I'm not saying that's what everybody else goes through, but I have never, when feeling confident, worried about who was looking at me or saying whatever. So there were times in my life when I was feeling insecure and that was a thing. So we just got to kind of look in the mirror and assess that. Now it's 60. No, that's Dee Dee giving me a heads up, letting me know, huh? They are already home safe. Okay, perfect. Mindy's hubby chef is precious. I know, and he just loves her. And I think that's great, you know? Happy marriages. That's a thing. Yes, in answer to the poll. A poll. What did I miss? Ah, okay. Okay. I buy already made marinated tofu and it's great. Ah, so, I've tried some of those. I've tried some of those and I didn't have any complaints. I'd gotten them from Trader Joe's. Um, so yeah, I think the switching it up, having different flavors keeps it interesting. Although I do go through my phase of eating the same things all the time. I do it now and I did it pre-Zep bound. It was just way more of it. I've had deep fried tofu, chicken fried, and tossed in sweet and spicy sauce. I have a weird texture thing, but type of tofu I like. Okay. Um, I can't imagine eating it. I haven't had anything fried. Uh, I think it's safe to say since I've been on this journey, I haven't fried anything or eaten anything fried. So I don't even know how my stomach would react. But the sweet and the spicy sauce sound really good. So I could see myself maybe air frying it and then tossing it in a sauce. That was sweet. That was really sweet, right? All right. So I was thinking that song too, Delilah. All right, let me go through. Yeah, I figured, Dee Dee. I just finished walking my hour and 15 minutes watching you and getting my daily steps in. So, how's that for habit stacking and multitasking? That's awesome, Shelly. Let's see. Jeez Louise. There we go. Let's see. Uh-oh. Weren't they only in space for 11 minutes? Oh, I know they are back because they already have all of these posts of Katy Perry kissing the ground in return. That's another thing. I can have some adventurous tendencies. I won't be doing that. I'm not even in that tax bracket anyway, but if I had the money to do that, I couldn't see myself doing that. Thank you again, Nicole. Actually, I do not remember the brand of tofu. It was real firm. I don't have another waiting for me to try again. Okay. Well, if you come across it again, just let us know. Let us know. I'm always willing to try. new things within reason. Thank you, Shay. I know how I feel. I know Dee Dee's awesome. Dee Dee's awesome. Hey, Tammy. Hello, all. Taisha, you have such a warm smile and calming voice. I too have a deep voice. Really appreciate the daily shorts, reels. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really enjoy doing them. I really do. That is awesome, Shelly. All right, let's see. Dr. Bobby says, I'm with you, Taisha. Even if it were affordable, I have no interest in going to space. I'm with you. It's just not happening. It's not happening. So, guys, it's 8 o'clock. Is there anything that I haven't covered that you want to ask me or anything you want to share? Actually, before we go, I got one more thing for you guys, okay? Well, look at that. Let's open it up. All right. You got to tell me where you're joining from this evening. And let's see, we already have some. We already have some in there, don't we? Let me zoom in. So yeah, I just want you to tell me where you're joining from tonight, and then we can head out. This is like my favorite part. Look at that. You're watching all these dots just start popping up. And for anyone that's new, just know that I have no way of tracking where you actually are. So if you're not comfortable with putting where you're from or where where you're joining from, you don't have to. You could put somewhere you'd like to be. That's totally fine. Or just watch. So I don't know why it's not showing us as well as it should be. Okay. Look at that. So we're quite a few along the East Coast here. And we've got a pretty good cluster here in Texas. And then in the Midwest, and we've got someone, let me see, is this Minnesota? Yeah, Minnesota. You're right there on that, right there. We're North Dakota. And for some reason, the little things aren't popping up, guys. But yeah, my favorite part of showing this, as you know, is all of us from all of these different areas coming together with this common goal, right? Health and wellness and improving our lives and, losing the weight that we've struggled with, some of us longer than others. But you know what? We're all here together. We're all here together. And this is awesome. So, yeah, we are. Look at that. Okay, let me go back here really quickly. And escape full screen. All right. Okay. This is so my favorite part. Where in the world is Taisha's GLP-1 fam? Right? We are all over the place. Let's see. All right. Shelly, you have a great night as well. You have a great night as well. All right. That's it, everyone. Have a good night and thank you for joining me. And I will leave you with this. We can share our journeys, but we should never compare them. Bye.